Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with your message. Let's just look and see what's for the heck of it. Divine masculine to the divine feminine, that would be theirs. The divine feminine, yeah. And then I did the females. On there, please make sure that you check out the feminine station about the energies of the divine feminine and the male and a female avatar as well, to look and see what's going on with that. Okay, let me see if I can I'm kind of getting prepped to do it in two ways. I want to see if I can split it on this side too. Okay, clear. All right, what's going on? The overall energies of the divine masculine energies. Overall energies. Ooh, you had it in there? Because I feel like it was like a fluke. Okay. Okay, so we got written communication, messenger, divine teacher, commerce, science, doctor, having very great strength, intellect, or importance. Okay, so right now he's growing to be a giant. We know that right now that the energies, now we are getting pulled to make these new beginnings here. So what's going on to clarify for me about this having very great strength? What's going on with that? He's being pulled to be his own individual, his own giant. Intellectually, how he's, through his strength, how he's thinking and understanding his own value and worth. The divine masculine energies, overall messenger, divine teacher. What I'm picking up for him is he's being taught by the divine that he is, I am that I am. Who are you? I can say, who are you? Ooh, 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 ooh. Who are you? Ooh, 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 ooh. Written communication. Independent. Now, what I'm picking up when I picked up that written communication is there's going to be some kind of, even something that's going to be written that's going to help him to be independent. Now, this could be several ways. That could be like some papers, some documents, somebody giving him, excuse me, because my nose is itchy, on a job, might get fired, might get some papers, say you fired, might get divorce papers. They say by some kind of written communication that's going to help him to say, shoot, cut the ties. Or that's going to make him say, I want to be independent. Or he can look in the newspaper and see an ad that's talking about there's a new job application or a new opening. And he's like, ooh, I've been wanting to get rid of this job for a while here. And so now here's my opportunity. But there's going to be a written communication that's going to help him. I'm seeing like a cord that's saying, shoot, for him to be able to say, you're on your own. This is what's going to be happening this week for the divine masculine energies, okay? All right, I'm going to do something that I did for the divine feminine. I think I need to start transferring that over here too. So we're going to look at the divine masculine energies in a female and in a male, because we understand that we both house those things. So that means, again, we're looking at things that's going to push us to be our giants this week, to be an individual, understanding that something is going to teach us through source, or somebody who might be a divine teacher, a master already in it. It's going to help us to understand that we are, I am that I am. And then we're also going to see there's some written communication that's going to help us to say, shoot, to cut the cord. We could even read something in a book. I think about Jane Fonda that said that she read a book that was given to her by troops. And from that point on, she made her say that I got to get up and I've got to actually find my purpose. I got to actually be something more than just a breathing body, just out here breathing and taking up space, as my mom said. So that's something we have to do. Okay, so now let's look and see in the divine feminine energies, in the divine masculine energies as a female. Let's do the opposite. We're going to be radical. What's going on with that? Clear. What's going on with the divine masculine energies in a female avatar? That means you're a female. Have that. Remember, we house both. Just like a battery or a toy that we're trying to think to operate. You understand? You got your plus sign, your minus sign, your minus sign, your plus sign. So we both house both of those things in order to get things operated. So let's not just think that, oh, she just talking about the masculine, the male. No. You all are a wrongamundo, okay? So now let's look and see what's happening for the feminine, the females as masculines. What's going on? Clear. Yeah, I kind of felt, but I didn't feel that was kind of it. There we go. And what's happening with the masculines? Means males as divine masculines. What's happening with the male energies as divine masculines? I'll put you over here. Whoa, okay, so the divine masculines as females, you feel hopeful. Now remember, the divine masculine energies is our actions outward. What are we actually doing out in the world to make things happen as far as being divine? That's our actions outward. So that's why I say we do both. Divine feminine energies, you go on my divine feminine channel, go over there and watch what I have for the week. See, I'm talking about the emotional check-in. It's talking about the divine feminine energies. Talking about what we're doing inside of ourselves. This is talking about what are we doing outside of ourselves, okay? So we're hopeful, okay? Females, they have the divine, that are housing the divine masculine energies. And remember, it changes from week to week. So this week you might say, I'm in my male energy. Or you might watch this again and say, today I'm feeling kind of feminine. So let me go ahead, trick myself over there to the feminine channel, see what's going on over there and see what's going in that. I'm a female, but I'm feeling kind of in my divine feminine energies. You trek over there to that channel for there. I got a good message over there too. So right now for the feminine, the females as DMFs, let's put it that way. The DMFs, you all are feeling like, you're feeling hopeful. You're feeling like in your actions outside yourself, you're planting some seeds. You know, you got it. This is harvest, just like fall. Harvest time, you're feeling like, hey, my crops is coming together. You're optimistic, you're expecting, and you're full of faith because you're feeling again just like I say, fall time, apple picking time, going to the pumpkin patch and picking, because at this time these things should have ripened by now. So you had planted some things at the beginning of the year. We know that we've been through some things, and out of all those lessons and energy changes and things that we came through. Again, what we're talking about is in the female body, dealing with those things as males, in the masculine energies. We understand that it has came to a point that we have, like a person, planted, and those things that have been planted by source is now coming into fruition. You feeling confident, which funny, we said that on the playground, we talked about having the fool's journey, and we talked about the fool's journey is two ways. You either falling forward or you're going backwards. You're falling into it, or either you're leap diving into it. This is right now in your actions, females. You feel like, hey, I'm moving forward. I feel confident. I'm going on because, again, you're going underneath the visors of things. Again, like I say, you become your own individual person. You become your own titan, your own big guy. You understand that I am there. Divine has taught you. Source has taught you that. And that, you know, again, I don't feel like you got that communication yet, because I feel like the communication is about to come into this week, or you might have already. That has acted. This communication is going to be like your catalyst that's going to be able to move you. Okay. Now for the males in your actions outwardly, as far as in the world, you've been kind of shy. Here we are again. I'm looking, she can't see me, she can't see me. So you've been kind of shy about these actions that you really want to take outward, okay? You've been timid, you've been hesitant, you've been reserved. You know what you want to do. This interesting, they got a chair here. Anytime I see a chair here, it's a driver's seat. It's like you've really been kind of tempting into wanting, into wanting to get yourself into the driver's seat. But he's like, I don't know if I'm ready yet. Which has caused you to feel lonely, okay? Isolated, alienated, and friendless. Well, to me, again, I pick up when I look at this. It's like, just like in high school, when you have that isolation stuff, it's a part of you just feel like, hey, I don't feel like I belong with y'all no more. I don't know. I feel like I'm part of the cool kids. I don't want to be a part of the cool kids because the cool kids kind of cruel, you know. C stands for cruel. And the friends that I do have now, we just ain't gelling, we ain't vibing like we used to, because, again, you getting elevated. You're moving up, and now let's make you feel more isolated than ever before, because the more divine you come, the more you become like eagles, the more you're flying up much higher, and the more of the altitude that they can't stand. You know, I think they had, my friend had sent me that about that. She's, Rhea had sent me one that was talking about the eagle. Said the only birds out of all the birds that mess with the eagle is the crow. The crow keeps on pecking. Say, crow don't even say nothing to it. Say, okay, all right, I see you. And we're just going to keep on flying high, because, number one, I know where I'm going. You can't be there. No way. So I'm just going to fly up high, and then eventually you're going to have to drop off in one of them altitudes, one of them levels. What is it? 10,000 or 5,000 feet above, or 10,000 feet. I know you could do 5,000, but you sure in the hell can't do no 10. So I know you dropping off. But soon I get to about 8,000, by 9,000 is, I know it's becoming hard for you, so you're going to go. So this is the same thing, just like we're saying about these friends. Friends are getting to the point, they're dropping off because of your altitude, okay? And you're going to expect that, especially outwardly. Where you're going, you're getting prepared, you're getting pushed. So again, this is, again, you're not sitting with the cool kids. You find yourself eating alone. Eating, again, like substance, like spiritual nourishment. You get nourished, again, because what they tell you at the beginning here, that you are being pushed, right? Overall, Spirit say, I'm pushing you to be your own individual person, for you to have your greatness and intellect, and understand how important and valuable you are. To understand that right now is the divine, the messengers, divine teacher. Right now, Source is teaching you that, okay? Because he wants you to understand that I am that I am. Be sitting with the cool kids that's cruel, and flying with the crow on your back is not the way it's at, okay? I feel, too, is where you haven't gotten this written communication. I feel like it's coming in the future, okay? That it has not, because to me it's almost like, and that's funny, I was watching Harriet going on there. You ain't got your freedom papers yet, divine masculine energies. You ain't got your freedom papers yet. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on these freedom papers. Okay, this paper work that's going to actually help you to know that you're free. Okay, let's look and see. I want to kind of just be a little nosy and see what's actually going on. Clear. For the divine, for the DMFs, divine masculine, females or feminines. What's happening with the females here? Tenderness. So you have tenderness means try a little tenderness. Several things. You make it weary. So try a little tenderness. Try a little tenderness. Hey, so you got to try it. So right now you have, you got to be a little tender with yourself. You got to be a little sensitive with yourself. You got to be more gentle with yourself. This is what they're saying when it comes to your emotions. Since you're in your masculine energies, I would say also not only within, so without, be a little tender to your divine feminine in your divine feminine energies. Rather you with a person who is a male or a female, whichever way, or same way like that. Again, try to be tender to your counterparts, okay? Whichever expression that they are. You got to be tender to yourself, and you got to be tender to them emotionally, you know, like really tenderness this week, okay? Because you're confident. And I feel like Daniellleboomlle saying, sometimes when we feel confident, we have a tendency to burn our divine counterparts, okay? And so when we're in that things like, yeah, you get your own. And so if we're going to do that, let's kind of like bring it back down. And remember, say, that's right, Divine Sunshine said, let me be tender, you know, to my counterpart. Let me be tender to myself. Maybe things not going right now. I might want to say, fool, that was so stupid. And you're trying to be rough with yourself. Take that back. Let's not be Tina Turner with that. We want to be nice and easy, you know. We don't want to be rough. So let's take it with that. Okay, let's look and see what's happening with the masculine, the DMMs. What's happening with them? Star. Hopes and wishes fulfilled. Now for the star, that means as far. I wish you on a star. No matter where you are. I wish it on a dream. No matter where it be. I wish it on the rainbows and I Okay, so you wishing on the star. Notice that also in here we have here, it has like, this is like really no grounding. This is not grounded into anything. This is not rooted into anything. It's just out there, okay? So again, you got this moon here. This moon energies here. Again, it's about illusions. Getting into your intuition and your awareness, especially if you're reaching for a star. That means you got to go beyond. You got to be up there. And this is interesting again, like I say about that altitude. This is again, you got to be up. You got to fly higher. Masculines, DMMs. You got to fly up. You got to be higher. Okay? This is where you are. This is where spirit is asking you to go. Okay? Interesting. You got to fly out. And these got trees here, which that means you got to get wisdom. You got to go up higher, especially when they're saying you're being divinely taught and they want you to have this independence. This is independence here. You're not grounded and rooted into anything earthly. This is why, again, you're being separated. You're being separated on purpose, masculines. And it's DMMs. I'm going to call you. That helps me on that. DMMs, you're getting separated on purpose. So you could really, source can work with you on this here. That's what's going on with that. Let me look and see also. Got my new cards here, but most of the time I use June. I haven't used it for that, but I'm gonna see about this. So what is some advice of some energies that they want you to kind of get into? Hold on a second. Let's see what you're thinking about this connection, because this is what everybody wants to know. What's happening with the connection? Clear. For the divine feminines, yeah, you heard me now that one because I wasn't thinking. And the divine for the you know what I'm talking about, the females and the males, the DMMs. Okay, so for the DMFs, divine masculine females, they feel right now there's a conflict when it comes to this connection. This is what they see in the conflict is, and they feel that right now in their male energies, it's like really they want dominance over this divine feminine energies. There's a conflict, but it really wants to make sure a conflict as far as protecting this connection. We got this cow, this marital cow. So this means this commitment. I'm thinking like a cash cow, like this abundance, and really having that abundance just really be there, sitting there. I see a peacock there, which means, and they both looking at that as that's in front of them. The cow, the commitment thing is in the past, it's behind them. So that's an issue that's to them, they feel like it's in the past. It's now moving into the energies of getting to where the peacock is, which is their confidence, and being confident in this connection is where it's at. And we got the number 11, which is the twin flame. So there's a balance. The interesting with this, it's got 11, a 1, 1. That means it's got some steps to it, but it's still a base number, which is 11, balance. And they have here for the DMs, the males, they want a balance. They want also in the 3D, that means in the world, where we're both doing the same actions. Again, we're in the same position. We're in the same role. Nobody's higher or lower than the others. We're both coming from the same way. The divine masculine energies feels that wanting to be able to put that sword down and stop being protective or defensive of things. And this is where they're both at right now in the connection. Okay. So clear. Let's get into some advice. So what is the advice that Source is having as far as for the females? You knew what I'm saying. They saying this is just, again, just like you got here, confidence. Thank you. Just like you got the peacock here, you got confidence. Is right here. Interesting, I pulled a card, is they want you to have confidence. Pull the shades down. Some kind of way you've been throwing shade. How I'm feeling, it's doing like that most time when you see them talk about back at you or F you or forget you. That you've been doing, that's interested in spirit and led me to do this. So some people you didn't say, forget them too. It might be in the feminine or the opposite, your counterpart, or people like that, Watch the thing, the shade either to yourself or the shade to the connection of how it's going to be, because it's interesting about they saying you're going to have to use your third eye to be able to do that. Like pull the shade down, stop all that shade and being sarcastic and all that stuff when it comes to the connection or people or things around you, and really start looking at things the way it is, okay? Next thing it says compassion and unconditional love. That's why I said that was so funny. I kept on doing like somebody you done did this to. The thoughts of things of people, you just done did this to them. You got to use compassion, they're saying, and unconditional love in your actions outside. Feminines, you got to do that in your actions, okay? And then they also say inspired idea. You got some things that's been planted there, inspired. You got some ideas. Again, she's got some binoculars on here. Watch what you're seeing. Watch what you're focusing in on. Look at the totality. For you to do that, that means you need to be able to focus in and to zoom in on things much more than what you have been doing, okay? So this is what they want you to do, to zoom in, have more focus in on things. For the DMMs, the masculines, it's caught my eyes. Says, worry not. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it flow. It's turning right. Just let it go. Worry not. Spirit say, I got you. Just go with the flow. Okay. What is some advice from the angels? And then we'll see what they tell us. What's some advice from the angels? For the DMFs. You got to trust. Makes sense. In your actions, outwardly, you got to trust. Don't worry about saying, well, you know, when I look at it, the male in my life look like he one who stabbed me in my back. I know I'm a person that keep my heart, wear my heart on my sleeve. The angels say I'm right here. Matter of fact, I got my bow and arrow. I got my weaponry. You're divinely protected. Go on in there. And matter of fact, it says even with this divine counterpart that you have there, they've got the. Is this the? Yeah, they got the. They got the foundation behind them. So that means again they are really doing their part to lay foundation. Although it might not look like it, might look like to you. He's doing that. You don't know, even if this is going back again, how you're perceiving things, your perception of. You don't know if he got that because maybe somebody over here is thinking about attacking. You don't know what that serves for. It's all in your perception. It might not be there to stab. He might be saying, I'm directing something. Like, stop. Not right now. Again, you got to trust because, again, you still got this. I thought this came out last time. All the glitters is not gold. You got this duality. You keep on thinking about things could get better, or it could have been better with somebody else, or, you know, this is how I thought it was supposed to came out and it didn't. Both of you all, you have to remember at that time, we're both wearing masks. We're thinking about right now at the times that we're in now that we are getting out of that kind of energy where the masks are now starting to come off as well. In both the energies, this is the ideal objective and goal that Spirit has for them being divine, with you being into your truer identity of self. And so again, this thing of, you know, everything's gold. They look like they're doing better off with the third party of the karmic situation, and it was like, you know, but you got to trust the situation because there is some serendipitous event that's at play that's coming, and that's why they say you got to trust, because again, like I said, there's going to be some kind of written communication that's going to come there that's, I'm saying, is like it's going to act like it's freedom papers that's happening this week. Freedom papers about something that's going to give everything a opening of like it was like a bottleneck in traffic they showing me, and all of a sudden it just opens up. You know, I know a lot of times when I was going to work in the morning, and a lot of times I'm like, why is this traffic all bottleneck? What the heck? And you know, you get there, you get closer, and you like, and you get up there and you see, and you like, it's like nobody. All I see is like a few cars, and it's just like open road. I said, but here's bottleneck, and you look over the side, it's like a accident that's blocking up 2 lanes, and it's only down to 1, and you seeing people flying, and that's the same way it is. Like whatever it is like whatever had been blocked, and this paper comes, it's just gonna be like that opening in that traffic for you. Okay, for the divine masculine male, clear. What's the advice you have? First thing when I seen here is forgiving and learning about you being in the situation that you're in. How you got there. Forgiving and learning yourself that you got to kind of go through there. Forgiving and learning that you hung out with these cool kids that was actually cruel kids. Forgiving and learning that you allowed the crow to stay on your back when you wanted to get altitude. Crow to me also symbolized, for me to bring that up, is like that negative thinking, that negative Nelly as well. Understanding you got to get grounded and rooted. Maybe you're saying, why does it take me so long to get into this energy to really reach and go and get altitude? Maybe I have been letting that crow stay on my back for a long time and acting like he's a part of me, and knowing they say that crow is not me. And then this is to be is again like looking at your old self to your new self, and giving yourself forgiveness for that, for being in that situation, for the past, for the now. Also, I'm picking up a third. It could also be forgiving like a father figure or somebody, a mother figure that has masculine energies within her, and forgiving that too as well. What else? Can I get a clarifier for that? thinker, because you need to think on these things. Most time when I say that, just forget it. For you, that ain't what it is. You need to think on these things, because again, I am that I am. You're being divine. They want you to be your own individual person. In order for you to be able to that, you got to think on these things so that you can be able to level up and go to the next level. And you need to think about how you need to forgive certain people or certain events or certain situations that happen so you can be able to level up, okay? So if it's you that got yourself in this common situation with this third party, you need to forgive yourself. Hey, I did it. At that time, that's the consciousness, like my mom said, that's the consciousness that I was in. That's what I had attracted. That's what I believed that I needed at this point. I have grown. When I was a child, I thought as a child. Now I'm older and I'm wiser. That's in the Bible, which means when I was young, that's the way I was thinking. That's what I wanted. Hopefully, that again is time. This being an earth school, this being planted where you learn and you evolve. You could look back and say, I didn't want that. You're not the only person out there that has married and it didn't work. You see that. I think about Cardi B, and I'm not idolizing. The only ones I can think of is the relationships I call, and why I call on people, these celebrities, is because this is something that everybody's kind of familiarized with. You're like, oh yeah, I know Cardi B, I know the story of that, and so you kind of can relate on that. So you think about Cardi B. Cardi B knew when she was going into this situation, red flags was all over the place. When she was with that, what's his name? I forgot what the hell his name is. I think Cardi B and, oh God, I can see his name. Whatever, I ain't gonna do that because I know how my mind is. So Fortune, Future, I think so. With him, she knew it when she was, and I might got the wrong person, but anyway, she knew when he was not faithful. He had a little issues being a one woman show. Come on, I'm not letting you out though. One woman, excuse me fussing at my furry daughter. You're being a one woman show. That wasn't in his forte for right now. Like I said, maybe when he get older, he might bring. Somebody had said that on Facebook. Said, do you think that as a woman, sometimes that you get with a man can bring out different things out of women? And I was like, yeah, and vice versa, it could happen. So right now with Cardi B, she's the type of woman that to him, it brings out that other side of him. That is, I can't be faithful or concentrate on one woman. I need more. Okay, so she did try it. She thought it was. He asked for forgiveness. He did all that stuff, and then they end up. She went on ahead and married him. They had a beautiful child, and that's it. So now they did that. I think married for 3 years. Then she's like, I can't do this no more. He's still cheating on me. He's still not faithful. He ain't changed. The leopard ain't changed his spots. And so I got to get out of here. People have been slamming her all left and right about her saying that, well, you knew when you went in and you should know him better. Maybe that wet ass, it ain't as wet as you claim it to be. Things like that and crash. But you understand that, hey, that's like, she's young again. And it don't matter at what age. You do that. You tried. You seen, you tried, you discovered, and you conquered. You conquered whatever you thought at that time. That's what you had needed. And then it's for you to move on. That's the way you look at it. It depends on your attitude. And I think a lot of them think that when you get into those situations that you have to keep on selling yourself from what they say there is. So even if at that point in time you felt that you needed that marriage or that relationship at that point in time, that is where they believe that they need it. And, to go on beyond that is to say it's a lesson learned. And that's not for something for you to be thinking that, oh my God, I made this big mistake like Cardi B did, and saying, oh my God, I'm going to stay in it, I'm scared they're going to make fun of it. You are the one that set the pace. If you come out of it saying, hey, yeah, I'm going to beat you at the punch. Yeah, I made the mistake. I married this person. I thought, hey, everybody's played the fool. Everybody's loved ones. Everybody's tried to love somebody beyond their faults. And seeing that sometimes you can't love them out past that. And I said, that's all. Now, if you're going to keep on coming at me with some stupid stuff like that, then I think right now at that point, then you looking kind of stupid, not me. then that shows your immaturity. Why you trying to call me on mine by me going into a relationship with a man that I already know that he wasn't faithful, according to Cardi B, marrying him. So we go tit for tat. You looking crazy and I'm looking crazy. So who's the winner? So that's the way I feel on that one. Let's look and see what is the relationship card that advice that Source has for us. Clear. So Source says for the divine masculine energies, it says every relationship I establish is eternal. So it is our desire that you come to remember that every relationship is eternal, and that once it has been established, it is a part of your vibrational makeup forevermore, and that in your powerful now, where all that you have become converges with all that you are now becoming. You hold the power to create, and so your observations of a situation, wanted or unwanted, no matter how remote you believe yourself to be, makes you a co-creative partner of the experience. And I think this card wraps up just what I just said about Cardi B. Right there, and the relationships and being and understand you're co-creator. That's how I was then. This is not how I am now. And prayfully with Source and what they're saying for the divine masculine energy, they're pushing you that I will grow and co-create a better and divine and greater relationship from this point on, learning from this experience. And so that's why, especially for the divine masculine male, you should be forgiving yourself about that, because that's where you were at that point, but that's not what Spirit said they're going to keep you. Same thing for the divine masculine female energies. You got to understand that's how it was back then, but you got to understand that now you're a co-creator and you got to trust. And if you want a trusting relationship that you really want everything that your hopes and wishes fulfilled, and you've planted seed and you're confident, then you need to go on and keep on moving in that energy of being confident about what's this relationship that you're about to attract to you. All right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste. I'm going to go. Love you.